Hello and welcome to Accent Avenue. Today we are going to learn something very special: how to think in English. Many English learners study grammar, memorize words, and practice reading or listening. But one thing is often missing: thinking in English. When you think in English, your mind starts to work naturally with the language. You no longer need to translate from your native language. Your speaking, listening, and understanding will all improve faster. Thinking in English may sound difficult at first, but it is something everyone can learn, step by step. You don't need to know thousands of words or perfect grammar. You only need small, simple words and sentences that describe your world, your actions, and your feelings. Today, we will show you exactly how to do it. By the end of this video, you will be able to start your first sentences in English inside your own mind, every day, anytime. Why is thinking in English so important? Imagine this: when you see an object, feel an emotion, or do an action, your brain automatically starts describing it in your native language. Later, you try to translate it into English. This translation takes time, and it can make you slower or nervous when speaking. But if you train yourself to think directly in English, your brain will automatically produce English sentences. Speaking becomes easier. Listening becomes easier. Even writing becomes easier. This is the secret many fluent English speakers use. They think in English without realizing it. Now you might ask, how do I start thinking in English? That's exactly what we will teach today, step by step. You will learn 3 simple and practical methods. Describe your surroundings, everything you see around you, inside your room, your home, or outside. Describe your actions, everything you do during the day, like eating, walking, working, or studying. Narrate your thoughts and feelings, how you feel, what you think, and small opinions about your day. Each of these steps is simple. You can practice them anywhere, at home, on the street, or at work. You don't need a teacher or a class. All you need is your brain and the desire to practice. Let's start with a small example. Imagine you wake up in the morning. Instead of thinking in your native language and then translating, you try to describe in English: I wake up. I get up. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. These are very simple sentences, but this is how your brain starts thinking in English. You don't need complicated grammar or long sentences. Start small. Every sentence you think in English is a step forward. Another important point is repetition. Just like learning a musical instrument or a sport, thinking in English takes practice every day. Even if it is 5 or 10 minutes, it is enough. You can describe your surroundings in the morning, your actions in the afternoon, and your feelings in the evening. Small, consistent practice builds your fluency. In this video, we will also give you easy exercises that you can follow. You can repeat sentences after us, pause the video to describe your surroundings, or think quietly in English about what you are doing. These exercises are practical and designed for A2 learners. You will not only learn English vocabulary, but also train your brain to produce English naturally. Remember, thinking in English is not about being perfect. It is about starting. Mistakes are okay. Simple sentences are okay. The important thing is to do it every day. Over time, your mind will become used to English, and speaking, listening, and understanding will become much easier. So get ready. Take a deep breath, relax, and open your mind. We are about to take the first steps together, learning to think in English. In the next part, we will start with Step 1, describing your surroundings. You will learn how to use simple sentences to describe everything around you, and start practicing thinking in English right now. By the end of this video, you will have all the tools to start a new habit, thinking in English naturally, every day, everywhere. Let's begin this exciting journey together. Step 1. Describe your surroundings. The first step to thinking in English is to describe your surroundings. Look around you right now. What do you see? A table? A chair? A window? A book? Everything around you can become a sentence in English. This may seem simple, but it is the foundation of thinking in English. When you start noticing things and naming them in English, your mind automatically begins to use the language naturally. Let's start with a small story. Imagine you are in your room in the morning. You open your eyes and see the sunlight coming through the window. You think to yourself, the sun is shining. There is a chair next to my desk. My bed is white. The floor is clean. These are simple sentences, but they are very powerful. Repeat after me slowly. The sun is shining. There is a chair. My bed is white. The floor is clean. You can describe every object using simple phrases. For example, I see a cup. I see a book. I see a pen. I see my shoes. You can also describe colors and shapes. The chair is brown. The table is round. The pillow is soft. These short sentences help your brain link words to real things. And that is exactly how thinking in English begins. Next, try describing the place you are in. You can say, I am in my room. I am in the kitchen. I am at the park. I am at the bus stop. Use the verb to be, I am or it is. For example, it is a sunny day. It is a big room. It is quiet here. These sentences are simple, but they let you speak about your world in English without translating from your native language. When you practice describing your surroundings, it's good to name actions you see. For example, if your cat is sleeping, you can say, the cat is sleeping. The dog is running. The baby is crying. Using is plus verb ing helps you describe things happening now. Repeat these phrases. The cat is sleeping. The dog is running. The baby is crying. This way, you can talk about the present moment in English naturally. Now, let's make it more practical. You don't need to describe everything at once. Start with 3 to 5 objects or actions. Look around, pick a few things, and say them in English. For example, I see a cup. I see a phone. I see a notebook. The cup is white. The phone is black. The notebook is big. Pause the video now and try describing your surroundings. Speak out loud. Don't worry about mistakes. Just start thinking in English. You can also add simple adjectives to make your sentences more interesting. Words like big, small, white, black, soft, hard, clean, dirty are easy to remember and very useful. For example, the table is big. The chair is small. The pillow is soft. Adjectives give more detail and help your brain link words to real-life objects. Another tip is to use prepositions. You can describe where things are. The book is on the table. The shoes are under the bed. The bag is next to the chair. Repeat slowly. The book is on the table. The shoes are under the bed. The bag is next to the chair. Prepositions are important because they help your sentences sound natural and complete. Let's try a mini story using everything we learned so far. I am in my room. The sun is shining. There is a chair next to my desk. My bed is white. I see a notebook and a pen on the table. The notebook is big. The pen is black. The floor is clean. The cat is sleeping on the bed. The bag is under the desk. The shoes are next to the door. Everything is calm and quiet. Notice how this story is simple, present tense, and full of short sentences. You can change the objects and colors to describe your own room, your kitchen, or even your school. The key is to see, name, and describe. This trains your brain to think in English naturally. Now it's your turn to practice. Take a look around you and try these exercises. Pick 3 objects in the room and say their names in English. Describe one action happening near you. Use 2 adjectives to describe the objects. Use one preposition to describe where an object is. For example, I see a table. I see a chair. I see a phone. The table is big. The chair is brown. The phone is on the table. Repeat it aloud. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is to train your mind to see the world in English. Every sentence you say in English, even small, counts as a step forward. Make it a habit. Every day, try describing new objects, new places, and new actions. Over time, your thinking in English will become automatic. By practicing this step every day, you are building the foundation for fluency. Your brain will start producing English words naturally. And in the next part, we will take it further, describing your actions in English, so you can think about everything you do during the day without translating. Step 2. Describe your actions. The second step to thinking in English is to describe your actions, everything you do during the day. Actions are simple things: walking, eating, reading, studying, or even brushing your teeth. When you describe what you do in English, your brain starts forming sentences automatically, without translating from your native language. This is a very practical step for beginners, because it connects English directly to your daily life. Imagine this story. You wake up in the morning. You stretch your arms and think, I wake up. I get up. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. These are your first actions of the day. By saying them in English, even in your mind, you are already practicing thinking in English. Repeat after me slowly. I wake up. I get up. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. Next, you get dressed. You can say, I get dressed. I put on my shirt and pants. I wear my shoes. Notice how you describe each action simply. The verbs get dressed, put on, wear are very useful. You can also describe actions outside the home. I go to work. I take the bus. I walk to school. These sentences are short but very natural in English. When describing actions, it's helpful to use adverbs of frequency. Words like always, usually, sometimes, never help you explain how often you do things. For example, I always eat breakfast at 7 o'clock. I usually take a shower in the morning. I sometimes walk to work. I never skip lunch. Using adverbs like these not only improves your English, but also makes your sentences sound more natural and complete. Repeat these aloud, changing the actions to fit your own life. Let's continue with a mini story using your daily actions. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I get up and go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed and put on my shoes. I eat breakfast with my family. I drink coffee and check my phone. I leave the house at 8 o'clock. I walk to the bus stop. I take the bus to work. I arrive at 9 o'clock and start working on my computer. I answer emails and talk with my coworkers. At 12, I have lunch. After lunch, I continue working until 5 o'clock. Then, I leave work and go home. I cook dinner, eat with my family, and relax. I read a book and go to bed at 10:30. Notice how all the sentences are simple, present tense, and action-focused. Each action is a sentence, making it easy for beginners to think in English about their day. You can use this story as a template and change the verbs to match your own life. Now, let's practice common action verbs in English. Repeat after me. Wake up. Get up. Brush teeth. Wash face. Take a shower. Get dressed. Eat breakfast. Drink coffee/tea. Go to work/school. Walk. Run. Read. Study. Cook. Clean. Sleep. Try to say these verbs in full sentences about yourself. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth every morning. I read a book in the evening. I cook dinner at 6 o'clock. Another tip is to describe short sequences of actions, as this helps your brain think in English more naturally. For example, I wake up, I get up, and I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast, I drink coffee, and I go to work. I cook dinner, I eat, and I wash the dishes. By practicing sequences, you're training your brain to connect words, verbs, and time naturally. Soon, you won't need to translate from your native language. English will flow directly in your thoughts. You can also combine actions with your surroundings, which we learned in Part 2. For example, I pick up my phone from the table. I open the window and look outside. I sit on the chair and read my book. This combination of surroundings and actions is very powerful. It helps you describe your whole day in English, one simple sentence at a time. Now it's your turn. Take a few minutes to describe 3 actions you're doing right now in English. Speak slowly and clearly. For example, I am sitting on a chair. I am typing on my computer. I am drinking water. Remember, the goal is thinking in English, not perfection. Every sentence, even small and simple, is a step toward fluency. Practice this daily, and your brain will start producing English automatically. Step 3. Narrate your thoughts and feelings. The third step to thinking in English is to narrate your thoughts and feelings. This step makes your English more personal and natural. When you can describe your emotions, opinions, and small thoughts in English, you start thinking like a fluent speaker. You don't just see or do things, you also feel and reflect in English. Imagine this story. You're sitting at your desk, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. Instead of thinking in your native language, you try to describe your feelings in English. You can say, I feel sleepy. I feel happy. I feel relaxed. Notice how simple these sentences are. Start with I feel plus adjective. Repeat after me, I feel sleepy. I feel happy. I feel relaxed. I feel tired. I feel excited. These words are easy, but they help your brain start expressing emotions in English naturally. Next, let's talk about thinking about your day or your tasks. You can say, I want to drink water. I need to finish my homework. I like my coffee. Use simple verbs like want, need like love, enjoy, hate. For example, I want to go outside. I like reading books. I need to study English. Repeat aloud, I want, I like, I need. These verbs help you narrate your intentions, preferences, and desires in English. Let's make it more practical with a small story. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I feel sleepy, but I feel happy to start a new day. I get up and brush my teeth. I feel thirsty, so I drink water. I eat breakfast, and I feel hungry. I like my breakfast. I go to work. I feel excited to see my friends. At work, I feel a little tired, but I enjoy my tasks. I want to finish my project. After work, I go home. I feel relaxed. I cook dinner and feel happy with my family. I read a book and feel calm. I go to bed and feel ready for tomorrow. Notice how this story uses simple present tense with feelings and thoughts. Every sentence starts with either I feel or I want / I like / I need. These are simple patterns that are easy for beginners, but very powerful for thinking in English. Now, let's practice common feeling words in English. Repeat after me. Happy, sad, tired, excited, nervous, relaxed, hungry, thirsty, bored, calm. You can make sentences like, I feel happy. I feel tired. I feel excited. Combine them with your actions. I am drinking water. I feel thirsty. I am reading a book. I feel calm. This way, your brain links actions plus feelings naturally in English. Another tip is to use short opinions. For example, I think this is easy. I think this is fun. I think English is interesting. Use I think plus sentence to express your thoughts. Repeat aloud, I think English is fun. I think learning is exciting. I think today is sunny. These sentences are simple but help your mind produce English automatically. You can also ask yourself small questions in English. For example, what do I want to eat? What do I need to do? How do I feel? Then answer in English, I want to eat breakfast. I need to study. I feel happy. Asking and answering in English is a very effective way to train your brain. Let's combine actions, surroundings, and feelings into one mini practice story. I am in my room. The sun is shining. I see my bed, my desk, and my chair. I get up and brush my teeth. I feel sleepy, but I feel happy. I drink coffee and feel excited to start the day. I take my bag and go to work. On the way, I see many people. I feel curious about their activities. At work, I study English and feel proud of my progress. After work, I go home. I feel relaxed and calm. I cook dinner and feel happy with my family. I read a book and feel peaceful. Finally, I go to bed and feel ready for tomorrow. Notice how this story mixes surroundings plus actions plus feelings. This is exactly how fluent speakers think. They notice the world, describe actions, and express emotions all in English. Now it's your turn. Take a few minutes and try these exercises. Describe 3 feelings you have right now in English. Say 2 actions you're doing and include a feeling. I am drinking water. I feel thirsty. Express a simple opinion using I think. I think English is fun. Remember, the goal is habit and consistency. Every thought you narrate in English is training your brain. Don't worry about mistakes. Simple sentences are enough. The more you practice, the faster you'll start thinking naturally in English. Full practice plus tips. Now that we have learned how to describe your surroundings, your actions, and your thoughts and feelings, it's time to combine everything into one full practice session. This is the step where you take all the small pieces and start thinking in English naturally, like a fluent speaker. Don't worry if it feels difficult at first. The key is daily practice and small sentences. Let's start with a full story example. Imagine your day from morning to night, describing everything in English. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I feel sleepy but happy. I see the sunlight coming through the window. My bed is white. My shoes are under the desk. I get up and brush my teeth. I wash my face and take a shower. I get dressed and put on my shoes. I eat breakfast and drink coffee. I feel excited to start the day. I take my bag and go to work. I see people walking on the street. I feel curious about their activities. At work, I answer emails and talk with my coworkers. I feel proud when I finish my tasks. I have lunch at 12 o'clock and feel hungry before eating. After lunch, I continue working until 5 o'clock. I feel a little tired, but I enjoy my work. I go home, relax, and cook dinner. I eat with my family and feel happy. I read a book and feel calm. I brush my teeth, change into pajamas, and go to bed. I feel ready for tomorrow. Notice how this story combines surroundings plus actions plus feelings in simple sentences. Each sentence is short, clear, and in the present tense, perfect for beginners. By practicing stories like this, your mind starts thinking in English without translating. Daily practice tips. Start small. You don't need to describe everything at once. Start with 3 objects, 3 actions, and 3 feelings each day. For example, objects: I see a cup. I see a book. I see a chair. Actions: I drink water. I sit on a chair. I read a book. Feelings: I feel happy. I feel calm. I feel tired. Repeat out loud. Speaking out loud trains your mouth, brain, and ear together. You can whisper, speak softly, or even speak in front of a mirror. The more you repeat, the more automatic your thinking in English becomes. Use full sentences. Even simple sentences are powerful. I eat breakfast. I feel tired. I see a pen. Connecting objects, actions, and feelings helps your brain form natural English sentences. Practice anytime, anywhere. You can practice while walking, cooking, waiting for the bus, or lying in bed. Every moment is an opportunity to think in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are normal. Simple, repeated sentences are enough. Focus on thinking in English, not perfection. The more you practice, the faster your fluency improves. Remember, thinking in English is a skill, not a talent. Everyone can learn it with practice. Every small sentence you say, every small thought you describe in English, is a step forward. You don't need to be perfect, you only need to start. Imagine yourself 1 month from now. You wake up and start describing your surroundings in English automatically. You drink coffee, talk about your actions and feelings in your mind, all in English. You speak with confidence. You understand conversations more easily. This is not a dream. This is the result of daily practice and consistent effort. So today, take the first step. Start small. Describe your room, your breakfast, or your feelings in English. Make it a habit. Every day, keep thinking in English. Every day, your fluency grows. And remember, the world of English is inside your mind, waiting for you to explore it. You have all the tools now. Describing surroundings, actions, and feelings is your step-by-step path to thinking in English naturally. Practice, repeat, and never give up. Your English journey begins now, inside your mind, every day.